Are we on? Okay. So, part two, you should be on page 200. I forgot it was so long. You got some very interesting photographs here. Wow. Okay. So, we're on page 200, boys and girls. In your books, I need you to go ahead and look. Lesson 1, what is culture? Holidays. And it says what? Around the world, people celebrate special days. These days are called holidays. Some holidays are the same everywhere. Other holidays are different. Holidays are part of culture. Holidays are fun. And it says, and I knew this one, children in Sweden wear candles on St. Lucia Day. That's something that they do in Sweden. Kind of interesting, huh? So let's see. Next one is, in China, people celebrate the New Year with parades. And we see that sometimes in the United States. Okay, next one. It says, people celebrate with special foods. They have parades and parties. They enjoy seeing their families and friends. People enjoy holidays no matter where they are, or where they live, sorry. It says, children in India celebrate a colorful holiday every year called Holi. And they paint their bodies. Interesting. Next one, I recognize that. People in Mexico have parades on the Day of the Dead. They remember people who have died. Okay, so basically, again, we're talking about people all around the world have different types of holidays, customs, traditions. And that includes the United States. Okay, on page 202. And it says, get ready. We are all alike. Read with me. Cultures are different in some ways. People may look different from people who live in other places. They may talk in different ways and wear different types of clothes. They may eat different foods. There are also many ways that people are the same. People have friends. People care about their families. People eat, work, and play together. Very good. And it says, families around the world are alike in many ways. And again, we know what that means. They go ahead and they have friends, they play games, they work, hopefully retire sometime, okay, all kind of stuff. And that looks like Africa. Next one, it says, cultures may be different, but children around the world like many of the same things. Children play and have fun. They like to run, laugh, and play games. It doesn't matter what part of the world they're from, and it doesn't. And it says, this family lives in Australia on the other side of the world from the United States. Wow. But they kind of dress like us, pretty much so. And originally, Australia, a lot of the people who went there were Irish, and then later British people. And then later they had people from other parts of Europe, like Italy, Greece, Eastern Europe. And then, of course, they had people come from parts of East Asia, like China and Indonesia. And the first people there were we call them the Aborigines. They were the indigenous people. They were the first ones there. Okay? But the point is, no matter where you're from, you got family, you like to play, you like to do all kind of stuff. And everybody loves music. So, boys and girls, we're on page 204, and it says, music around the world. Read with me, go. People all over the world like to sing and dance. People can tell about their feelings through music. Very true. Each culture has its own music. In Africa, you can hear all kinds of music. African music has lots of drumming with gongs, rattles, and bells. People might sing about their work or their families. People like to dance to the sound of the music. And it says, where in the world? Africa. That's Africa. And it says below the man, okay, the djembe is an African drum. It can make very low or very high sounds. Wow. I've seen that before too. It's pretty cool. Next page. Here we go. It says, in Mexico, you might hear a ballad. A ballad is a song that tells a story about a hero or something that has happened in the past. Or maybe you'll hear a mariachi band. This music might make you want to get up and dance. You can learn about people through music. The words to the songs might sound very different, but people like to sing about the same things. People sing about happy times and sad times. They sing about what has happened or what might happen. What do you like to sing about? Think about it. You like to sing about, I don't know, food, going to Legoland, about animals, about waking up in the morning, about going ahead and I'm not sure what else, surfing. You might like the Beach Boys then and Janet Dean. You know, sometimes older people will sing about their sweethearts, right? You know that. So anyway, it says here at this picture, a mariachi band might have violins, trumpets, and guitars. Yep, I like that. And of course, if you live here in LA, there's a good chance you're going to see mariachis because a lot of them live here, especially in Ball Heights. Now, the next one is your inquiry journal. So, it's the book you have, and you're going to be as indicated on page 206 and 207. So, if you need to stop this, that's fine, but you should have your book out already, and you can always stop this later. So it says, page 206, your inquiry journal, the books that you have. It says, think about it. Think about what you've read. What is culture? It says, draw it. Draw and label a picture that shows something from your culture. Okay. Now, you know, basically, we're living in the United States. Most of you were born here. I'm going to say most of your families are from here originally, not all. But the thing is, though, even if you were born here, even if your parents were born here, and you know, you're Americans like me, but the thing is, you still have something that's part of your culture. Okay? Now, it may have to do with your ancestors, like your grandparents, great-grandparents. It may have to do with American culture. It may have to do with your religion, right? So, you need to go ahead, please get a pencil, and then later color in. Show something that's from your culture. Maybe it's a type of clothing that you put on for special days. Okay? Maybe it's a special food that your parents got from their parents or grandparents or great-grandparents even. Okay, so for example, and it could be from a religion. So maybe, okay, if you're Jewish, yeah, you're going to celebrate probably Hanukkah, I would imagine, right? Okay, you may also celebrate the Passover, right? Okay, so you may want to draw something about that. Or you might want to draw something else. It's up to you. Okay, so whatever you want to do. So again, if your ancestors came from Peru, oh, maybe you want to show people dancing a special Peruvian dance or people making a special Peruvian meal. Okay, if your people came from Mexico, you may want to show special clothing that the charros use, the mariachi. You may want to show special foods, whatever, something that you do. Okay, maybe La Nochebuena, the night before Christmas when you open presents. Okay, Italian ancestry, come on, Sydney. You may, and also Layla, you may want to show basically, I don't know, I mean, Italian cooking is possible, or maybe someone in your family likes to sing Italian opera by Verdi, okay, or by somebody else. I'm just saying, you know, all kinds of possibilities, all kinds. Maybe you want to show, oh, my family, our culture, yeah, we also celebrate Christmas, or this is how we do Mother's Day in my culture and my family. So there are all kinds of things you can do, definitely. Okay, if your people came from China, you can talk about, wow, special Chinese festivals, food, clothing, whatever you want to do. It could also be, this is my way my family celebrates 4th of July. If your family's, you know, British ancestry, maybe something that relates to what the Brits do and you still do here in this country. There are many things, okay? And again, it could just be just what we call regular American culture, whatever, you know, that's fine. So you go ahead and draw that and then color it. Next, I colored parts of this. It says here, what parts or different cultures can you find in the United States? Give examples based on what you know and what you read. Number one, I covered the answers that they put. Number one, we eat foods. Okay, so why don't you go ahead on those two lines and tell us what foods do we eat in the United States that actually came from other countries? I can think of a lot, okay? From, you know, basically, Germany, from China, Japan, Italy, different types of food, Mexico, uh, different, France, uh, Great Britain, all different places. Food that also they eat like in places in the Middle East, even like Arabia and Lebanon, Armenia, and even in Africa, certain foods that we eat over here, like from Morocco or from even I'm trying to think. Oh, Ethiopia. I like Ethiopian food. So you may go ahead and show that. Okay, our holidays. So basically, you go ahead and list for me. Hold on just a minute, boys and girls. I want to check something. Yeah. So basically, you can talk about holidays that maybe you know about, and tell us. Well, you know where they came from? Those holidays. Where'd they come from? Okay. So again, I could name some, but I'm not. But you think about it. If you need help, ask an adult. And then it says we listen to. Can you tell us the names of some music that you listen to that maybe comes from other countries? I can think of music, that we here in the United States listen to, I should say, that come from Mexico, Italy, also some parts of Eastern Europe I can think of, like Russia, Romania, Hungary, Greece. Okay, so you can go ahead and tell us what kind of music you've listened to. I love this band called Radio Tarifa. I'm not sure if they're still recording, but they had music. They would combine music from España, from Spain, with music from Marruecos, from Morocco in Africa, and they would go ahead and combine the two together. And don't forget, some music we call American has influence from other parts of the world, no doubt about it. Okay, boys and girls, and that is your task. All right. Now, I know that was like 2 long videos, but it's good to know about, the way immigrants contribute to our country and what they give us, food, dance, music. I can think of a lot of immigrants who became actors and actresses, famous ones. Trying to think. Hedy Lamarr, she was from Austria-Hungary. Rudolph Valentino was from Italy. A man named Duncan Ronaldo, who played the Cisco Kid, he was from Romania. Okay. I'm trying to think who else. People from the Caribbean. There have been ones also from Africa. We still talked about Bruce Lee. With music, people from different countries have contributed to music. Like I said, to dance. Oh my word, we've had so many people who have been great dancers who are immigrants from different parts of the world, like from Africa, South America, from the Caribbean countries like Cuba, Puerto Rico, and like that. Although Puerto Rico is a Commonwealth, we just had so many people. Food, come on. So all over the world. Okay, some countries more than others, but the point is, immigrants. They've added a lot to our country because, again, everybody who's in this country originally came from somewhere else. Even the American Indians, they weren't here originally. They came from way over in like Eastern Asia, around the Bering Strait, it's believed. So everybody came from somewhere else in the Americas, pretty much. Okay, my ancestors came from Europe. They came from Southern Europe. They came from Italy and Greece, pretty much. So there are things in our country that come from Italy and Greece. Even our language has Italian and Greek words in it, a few. So the point is, whatever you are, wherever your people came from as immigrants, hey, be happy about that, be proud, and know that they contributed to our country. And if you come from another country, there may be I know there are at least 1 or 2 of you, then you know what? Hey, you're going to be like that also. You're going to contribute to our country, just like other people have in the past. Okay? But don't forget, in the long run, at the end of the day, we come from different places or here, but for us, we are all Americans. Okay? Definitely. Bye. Adios. Adio. Ciao. Khod Hafez. Shalom.